Hello, Pisces. This is your tarot reading for the month of March 2016. I use the top deck because it's my favorite deck. And I've already laid the cards out because it will simply save us a little bit of time. So I don't have to go through the whole thing while we're doing this. Now, the way I lay out the cards is this is how the month is going to begin. The month of March 2016. This is the first few weeks of March. This is the middle of March to the end of March. These cards are considered advice from the spiritual world, and these cards are the things that are going to be out of your control. So, let's see how March is going to go for the sign of Pisces. You start out with success, the Six of Discs, which is success and gain, influence, nobility. So, the second card here is the Priestess, which is a gracious influence, enters the matter, change. And then you have Art, which is a success after elaborate maneuvers, the way of escape. So it looks like, Pisces, you want to make some changes in your life. You've got several things you want to change, and you're making up your mind on how you're going to make those changes. You've got good ideas about it. This is gracious influence. You've got some really good ideas about the changes you want to make starting at the very 1st of March. So let's see how it goes. The Aeon is a final decision concerning the past. It always represents the taking of a definite step. So you make those changes. You take the steps necessary to make the changes that you want to happen in your life. The next is the Ace of Cups, which is productiveness, beauty, pleasure, happiness. So you're happy with the changes you're going to make. I mean, you make these changes, you're very happy with the changes you've made. This is the very first of the month. Then we go to the Seven of Swords, futility, which is unstable effort, striving against opposition. You are going to have people fighting you. I mean, you want to make these decisions. There are people who don't want you to make these changes. They're going to fight you tooth and nail to try and get you to undo what you're doing or to stop what you're doing. So you really are going to have some struggle. This is up towards the middle of the month. You're making the decisions in the first part of the month, but by the middle of the month, there are people fighting you, just trying to get you to stop making these changes that you're making in your life. During the second part of the month, you start out with the Fool, which are ideas, thoughts, spirituality. So you're going to have some good ideas about what's going on. Even though you've got all this opposition, you're going to be learning. You're going to be getting ideas. And then just after the middle of the month, you have the Ace of Swords, which is invoked force, strength through trouble, conquest. That means you're going to fight back. You're going to shut them down. You're not going to take it. I mean, you like the changes that you have made, and even though you've got all this opposition over here, you fight back. You stand up for yourself. You tell them no. You basically tell them to get out of your life. This is invoked. It means it's not something natural that's going to happen. It means you make a stand. And then by the end of the month, you get the Four of Cups, luxury, which is a pleasure mixed with anxiety, abandonment to desire, seeds of decay in the fruits of pleasure. So you're going, by the end of the month, you will enjoy the decisions you've made here. I mean, the month is going to be a month of change because you start out here wanting change. You take definite steps. People fight you the whole way, but you finally make a stand. And then you enjoy the fruits of it, enjoy the results of the changes you've made by the end of the month. So it's looking like March will be a month of change for the sign of Pisces. Let's looking at, these cards are considered advice from the spiritual world. And you start out with the Nine of Cups, happiness. Pleasure and happiness, it's physical well-being. So this is just advice. You're looking after your own happiness here. Perhaps you shouldn't worry about all these people that are fighting you because they're not worried about your happiness. Then you have the Knight of Discs, a man patient, clever, somewhat dull, say maybe you want to turn to Him, to look to Him um, when you really need advice. And the Eight of Cups, indolence, instability, temporary success but not complete. Okay, you're going to make all these changes. The changes will not be completed by the end of the month, but you're still going to make the changes. All the change cards are still there. These things are the things that will be out of your control. You start out with Seven of Discs, failure, which is hopes deceived, disappointment, promises unfulfilled. That means probably over here all this opposition that's going to be fighting you, they will say anything, they will do anything to try and get you to stop making these changes that you want to make in your life. Here you have the Knight of Swords, a man active, skillful, clever. He's often unreflective. Okay, he's going to be out of your control during these changes, so he could be one of the ones leading the fight against you. Then you have the Magus, which is skill, wisdom, cunning, deceit. All these things are going to be in play. So it's going to be a real interesting month, Pisces. You're starting out with changes. There is deceit, there is opposition, there is battle. I mean, these people do anything to stop you. You're learning the whole way, and then you make a stand, and you win. But you celebrate that. You celebrate your victory. Maybe a little too much by the end of the month. You might want to be careful by the end of the month about how much celebration you actually do. So, that is your tarot reading for the month of March, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll join me again in April. Until then, thank you for watching.